Welcome back here on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Mayor Pro Tem Terry Hill is with us, and we're recapping last night's city council meeting. I think I may have asked you about this. We have a listener who wants me to ask you about the walking track lights out at J.C. Park.
Out at J.C. Park.
Is that separate from what they're lighting up the soccer complex with?
Yes, that'd be a separate issue.
Mm-hmm.
But as we progress in getting things opened up out there and what have you, if there's additional lighting and stuff that's needed, we'll do a survey on that and then
okay,
try to.
Because I know there's some lights along Eagle Draw now that have been
yes,
added,
sir.
And those look really nice.
Yeah, we've as far as Eagle Draw, that's such a long way, you know, and we've had to piecemeal that as we put it together and what have you. And especially whenever we got over here to 82, there by Finn's, how are we going to do this? You know, how are we going to do this? So anyway, we snuck around and got by it. But additional lighting, those lights, people don't realize, you know, what the lighting cost. I was astounded, you know, to learn, and what we've done is we've gone in and Byron Land Fair has installed lights that as you approach, they'll come on, and then they'll stay lit for a while, and as you pass on through, and then what have you. But anyway, we're
because you've got the LED requirements. There's night sky requirements that have to be met now. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that go into.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't run out and put up a lamppost anymore, you know.
But the walking track out at JC, you know, whenever we put up put in the new soccer field, the discussion was about some fencing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put it outside the walking track? Do you put it, well, if you did that, and then you put up the lattice, you know, to block the views and stuff, then you worry about security. And first one thing and another, and so anyway, they worked through that. But now the lighting and everything, we'll consider looking at that a little closer and do a survey. But appreciate the question.
Yeah. Well, I keep forgetting to ask. He's asked me to ask a couple of weeks in a row, and I'm going to remember this time.
Yeah, you saved it for me.
Well, didn't that what happened last night at the council meeting? Didn't they say?
Oh, yeah, they laid it on me. And the mayor, whenever we were closing, Mayor Miller, he encouraged everybody in the room to make sure that they call in on me this morning, and with all kinds of questions. So.
Well, so far only the one. So I think
thank goodness
you're doing okay there. But, all right. Well, let's continue down your agenda there from last night's meeting.
Yes, sir. And then then we had a report from Mr. Hobson, the city clerk, and the approval of budget adjustment for the fire department.
Okay.
And what had happened was we had voted to expend some funds to buy the big ladder truck and what have you, and which the fire department's sure enjoying that thing. They're pretty proud of that. But there was some additional funds left over, or some funds left out of that. And they had an old vehicle out there. It was an SUV type vehicle, and it's been on the inventory for a long time, and they had enough left over to utilize that money, and they asked us if they could utilize those funds to purchase a new one. And we authorized that last night, so we had a budget adjustment approval for that.
Now, a couple weeks ago, some of the new equipment that the city has purchased was brought over to the city hall prior to a city council meeting. Did you get a chance to
yes,
go
sir.
check out all that new stuff?
Yes, sir. I looked those over. That included the new ladder truck. It's a beautiful machine, and these guys are, it'll serve the community well. We've got out here, we've got Yates Building, and it's got 3-4 stories there.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, with over 100 foot of ladder, they can handle that. And both of our ladder trucks have over 100 feet of reach. But if they need to utilize that, well, it's there.
We've got that building. You've got the bank building here.
Got Flexi out here
right.
with the dormitories and stuff like that. But proud to have been able to bring those in. And then the senior citizens, their rolling fleet, the vans and what have you, we were fortunate to get 2. We replaced one of the larger vans, and it's a new one now, and all excited and everything. And it's real interesting. You sit in the seat, and then if you need extra room,
mm-hmm.
you can reach down and it'll slide over about 3 inches towards the aisle.
Okay.
So anyway, you can accommodate people
And even though the center itself has been closed because of the COVID restrictions, they've still been transporting folks around town.
Yes, sir. We're trying to satisfy that need, and Carol has just done, the director there, has just done an outstanding job, and the whole staff down there. During this time, as you indicate, there still remains a need for elderly people that don't have access to transportation, stuff like that. They still have to get to medical appointments. They still need to get to the grocery store, that type of stuff. And so anyway, we've been doing that. Then during this downtime, when you get the opportunity, Gene, to tour that facility, those people you got to really be careful, because that floor is just as polished as it can be. They've repainted, they've really dressed that place up. It's just amazing.
Well, let me ask you this, because you obviously you had the meeting discussion about the recreational facilities last night, and then you talked about the pool, but you have the senior center, you have the library, the museum. There's a few other facilities that are still pretty restricted at this point in time. Has there been some discussions as to what the possibilities are for those opening up?
Yes, and thanks for bringing that out. The senior citizens, due to the age of the majority of the clientele down there, we want to be very cautious and it would probably be one of the later openings. The mayor and I have been in discussion about that. We're looking at ways in which we can open it up more. The museum, we believe that we probably could open that up. Library is going to go to about 33%, and opening it up. And so anyway, and 33% of the library is substantial. I mean,
right.
It's, the people that utilize that. But as we move along and we get more freedom, opportunities in which, and we're constantly looking. As you recall, the city council kind of give me and the mayor the go-ahead to make those decisions, and we stay in close contact with understanding what the governor is putting out, and then looking at opportunities in which to open these up more to the public. But anyway, we're quite excited about this library going to 33% now, about that percent, and what have you. So,
how's the search for a librarian going?
I think they've got some interviews going on. It shouldn't be too awful,
Okay.
too much longer. But anyway.
Oh, well, that'll be good. And I guess, are you going to help with the football coach search too, or is that?
Well, I haven't been tasked with that yet. Shoot!
I know,
but
that's another big list item that's being
Yes,
worked
sir.
on. So that's a good thing.
Everybody's got their plate full right now. But
That's right.
Anyway, Mr. Hobson, our city clerk, has last meeting, I believe it was, he announced his pending retirement. And so we went out and advertised and what have you, and we got in. We came down to 2 for the interviews, and one of them was a former employee who had recently left and went to Roswell, and when this opened up, well, then she reapplied, and so anyway, we Summer Valverde, I think's her last name.
Okay.
Anyway, she took care of payroll and stuff like that, and so anyway, we've opted to go ahead and allow her to come back in, and just wonderful. I mean, she's already had the training, everything. We're looking for an easy transition, smooth.
I think the mayor mentioned that whoever you do choose is going to be there for a while with Aubrey to make that transition go.
Right, and I was so glad to see that because, accounting, I guess, in a real world is different from governmental accounting, and there's so many other requirements and stuff like that, and of course we handle quite a bit of money coming through there, and we serve as physical agents for some of the entities around town and stuff like that. But anyway, she's been exposed to about several audits, and she's been an asset in doing those.
So is she going to take that position then?
That's what we brought her on last night.
Okay.
We authorized the hiring of her as the assistant. And anyway, and then when Aubrey retires, then we'll look at putting her up there.
Yeah. Well, now that she's here, the next question, anytime anybody sees Aubrey anywhere, is, you still here?
Yeah.
He probably won't appreciate that.
I tell you what,
he's done a fantastic job for the city. I know.
Yeah, he has. He's what did he tell me? 19 years. He's been 19 years. He's been with us. And prior to that, I think he came out of JAL, and he worked in that arena over there. But outstanding job. He's been here. If you have a question, I'm telling you, you can get an answer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's dandy. Oh, then let me see. Then we hired an uncertified police officer.
Okay.
Young lady, and then Miss McConaughey has been moved in as promoted out of the CSI department out there at the police department. She's moved to the administrative assistant for the chief.
Okay.
For Kurt. So anyway, we're excited about that. We had several resignations. So anyway, and then we're going out for opening up job announcements for equipment operators in the street department, wastewater assistant, water technicians, evidence technician, because McConaughey went up, and then the community service officer, and then we're advertising for detention officer, which will come on board in August.
Okay.
So anyway, there are some opportunities out there should people looking for jobs and work and what have you. The city has some openings.
I know for a while there wasn't any hiring,
Yes,
but as attrition got the numbers down to a certain point,
that's right.
you can't attrition anymore.
Well, that brings us, Gene, to we are still currently under the hiring freeze.
Okay.
However, these are essential positions, and if we don't have these, we're really jeopardizing the ability to be successful in fixing water leaks and stuff like that. We've got one out of the water department, one out with medically. Then we've lost some here. Some we've had to let go. Some just went off to other things.
Right.
So anyway, our attrition, we trying to keep up with that.
Okay.
Oh, then on Friday, the mayor and I don't know if any of the other councilors might participate in it, but we're going to have a meeting with the New Mexico Municipal League district meeting, and we'll be doing that on Friday. Oh, then a very important thing I'd like to mention this morning, especially this morning, is the New Mexico Emergency Rental Assistance Program. The state has received $170 million to help New Mexicans with their utilities and their rent.
Okay.
Okay, and to me, this is very, very important because you have landlords. They've still, many of them are still under mortgage payments.
Right. Tax payments,
things like that, and repairs and things. And so consequently, when you have when you can't evict, when they put a moratorium on evictions and stuff like that, which was the normal procedure, but under the crisis that we were in with the pandemic and everything, Gene, that option was kind of put aside. And so consequently, electric companies, unless the landlord is keeping up with the payments and stuff like that, it really puts a bind on the landlords. And I know that people are in hard times and what have you, but I would certainly encourage anyone that may be struggling still with their rental payments and as well with their utilities to explore this opportunity. And let me see if I can look here. I think they've been putting this out in the paper the other day, just a short deal. But anyway, let me see. Yeah, you can go, you can apply through a portal at www.rent, capital H, help, capital NM, New Mexico, .org.
Okay.
And you can do that, or let me see, or you can download application off there and submit it by email to that site, or you can mail it to the DFA at 407 Galisteo in Santa Fe. And the zip code up there is 87501. And include that it's attention, capital ERAP, ERAP.
Okay.
Or you can even call them.
Ah.
Yeah. At 1-888-1-RENT New Mexico. You can speak to a representative up there, and they can help you as well.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
But
We'll set that over in case we get a call from anybody that wants to get that information. So if they're a renter, if they've gotten behind on their utility payments or their rent payments, they can go to this website and see what they qualify for to help them get caught up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And we would certainly encourage people, to participate in this if, there's $170 million that's been allocated to the state. Now, the DFA, the Department of Finance Administration for the state, is handling this. So anyway,
So it's not going through the city. You're not applying with the city, but you're letting folks in the city know that assistance is available.
That is out there, and we would hope that, like I said, if there is a need, that you certainly explore this and see if it could help you.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some folks that would greatly need that would benefit from having that assistance available. So we've got about a minute left. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention from last night?
The rec center, if we would recall, had a summer meal program.
Okay.
That expired, last year? We didn't do it, I don't believe. But anyway, we're looking at redoing that again. I don't have a startup date for it. But anyway, we're looking at, they had a schematic on, it'll be at the rec center.
Okay.
We have facilities there with our kitchen and what have you. And we'll get that kicked off again. Be watching for the announcement and what have you.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Louis needs to be doing something. He was bugging me at the Walmart the other day.
Oh, yeah. He likes to visit, and he's got a lot of stuff going. I tell you,
right.
He's busy. He's busy out there, but I tell you, all these departments are. And anyway, that just about. I think, Gene, the council went into executive session, and we discussed some litigation, and the second topic was disposal of real property, at which point, when we reconvened out of executive session, we asked the community development to do a audit on a piece of property and for asbestos, that type of stuff, and then we'll bring that issue back at some available time in the future.
Very good.
All right.
Mayor Pro Tem Terry Hill, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, I appreciate it. Enjoyed visiting, and I hope that this enlightens some of the community, and I appreciate the question as well that was phoned in.
Yeah, we will maybe get some more for next time. So.
All right. Thanks, Gene.
Hey, thank you. We're going to go to townhall.com news.
Reckless and dangerous.